Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Curse of Oak Island. The drill team begins Season 11 by hitting wood they hope is Marty's secret treasure chamber. The Curse of Oak Island Season 11 premiere returned this week, and the borehole drill team hit instant success by encountering a possible structure that could be an offset chamber or shaft. Marty Lagina isn't messing around this season. Right at the start of the episode, Marty declared, "I want to throw every resource we can at it, to ensure they can solve the mystery and find the treasure. We'll do whatever it takes this year," he added. He shared a feeling many viewers have that they are closer than ever. At the end of last season, they reached the bottom of the garden shaft and detected non-ferrous metals just out of their reach. In the meantime, Dr. Ian Spooner told them there's buried gold and silver somewhere within a 20-foot diameter around the garden shaft, so they feel really close. The Dumas Mining Company will return soon to go deeper below the garden shaft and then push outwards, hopefully toward the treasure. In the meantime, the borehole drill team, run by geologist Terry Matheson and historian Charles Barkhouse, will keep drilling down, hoping to find something for Dumas to push out to. Marty Lagina is searching for a secret offset chamber. On last night's episode, following the failure of the season's first borehole, Marty strode up and told the drill team exactly where to aim the drill. "We told you he isn't messing about." Last year, they hit an 8-foot void at a depth of 90 feet in the so-called Baby Blob, an area where Ian and his colleague detected a large amount of precious metal in the water, and Marty told them to dig the same area to find it again. Marty has long suspected that treasure may be hidden in a secret offset chamber to the side of the original money pit. It remains to be seen if Marty is right about the secret offset chamber, but he was undoubtedly right about where to dig. Sure enough, at exactly 97.5 feet, they recovered loose material and wood. Loose material means there could be a void or a chamber, and the wood suggests there could be a structure. The guys will now get that wood dated and tested for traces of precious metals. They are not celebrating yet, but it's a fantastic start to this year's drilling. Oak Island team uncovered more ancient Roman coins. Also on this week's Season 11 premiere, the Fellowship of the Dig uncovered perhaps their greatest series of artifacts ever. The guys found a series of coins buried on Lot 5 that included 2 of Roman Empire origin, with one being over 2,000 years old, making it the oldest coin ever found on Oak Island. Monsters and Critics detailed those findings here. We're only one episode into this season, but already there are a ton of great finds to write about. Long may it continue. The Curse of Oak Island had gripped audiences for years, each season inching closer to unraveling the mystery buried deep within the island's enigmatic soil. Season 11 promised to be no different, yet the stakes were higher, the theories wilder, and the team more determined than ever. As the new season kicked off, the anticipation was palpable. The drill team, led by the ever-cautious Marty Lagina, prepared for what they believed could be their most significant discovery yet, a chamber deep underground that they hoped held untold treasures. The morning sun cast long shadows over the island, its golden rays piercing the mist that clung stubbornly to the trees. The team had been up before dawn, their excitement tinged with the usual apprehension. Marty stood by the drill rig, his expression a blend of determination and caution. He had been here before, many times, but something about this location felt different. The data suggested an anomaly. An underground chamber, sealed for centuries, potentially untouched by human hands since the time of its burial. Craig Tester, Marty's longtime friend and fellow treasure hunter, joined him, holding a tablet displaying the latest readings from the seismic surveys. The screen showed a distinct void at a depth of nearly 150 feet, surrounded by dense layers of wood. Wood was always a good sign. It meant they were close, potentially on the brink of uncovering something significant. "Are we ready?" Craig asked, glancing from the screen to Marty, his voice steady but laced with excitement. "As ready as we'll ever be," Marty replied, nodding toward the crew. The drill operator adjusted the controls, and with a deep, mechanical rumble, the drill bit began its descent into the earth. The sound was both comforting and unnerving, a reminder of how close they were to answers and how easily those answers could slip through their fingers. The team gathered around, eyes fixed on the drill as it bored deeper into the ground. The island had a way of playing tricks on them, offering glimpses of hope only to snatch them away at the last moment. But this time Marty felt different. This time there was a sense of purpose that had been absent in previous digs. Perhaps it was the years of experience, or maybe it was the culmination of countless hours of research, but he knew, deep down, that they were on the verge of something monumental. Minutes turned into hours as the drill continued its steady progress. The tension among the crew was almost tangible, each member silently willing the drill to reach its target. And then suddenly, it happened, a subtle change in the drill's rhythm, a shift in the vibrations that traveled through the ground. "We've hit something," the operator called out, his voice barely masking his excitement. Marty and Craig exchanged a glance, their hearts racing. They had hit wood. Not just any wood, but ancient, solid timbers, far below the surface. Evidence that something man-made lay just ahead. The drilling paused as the crew worked to retrieve a sample. As the core was brought to the surface, the tension grew unbearable. This was the moment of truth. The sample emerged, a cylinder of earth and debris, with a solid chunk of dark, aged wood embedded in the center. Marty took it in his hands, running his fingers over the rough surface, feeling the weight of history in his grip. This was it. They had found something significant. Craig leaned in, examining the wood. Could be part of a support structure, maybe even the ceiling of the chamber, he mused. Or a door, Marty added, his mind racing with possibilities. We need to get this carbon dated. If it's as old as we think, this could be huge. The rest of the day was a blur of activity as the team worked tirelessly to analyze the sample and prepare for further drilling. The wood's age, they knew, would be critical. If it matched the timeline of their theories, they could be looking at the entrance to a secret chamber, one that had remained hidden for centuries, possibly containing the treasure that had eluded so many before them. As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the island, the team gathered around the fire pit near their base camp. The day had been long, but the excitement in the air was infectious. The core sample sat in the center of the table, a silent reminder of the day's achievements and the promise of what lay ahead. "Tomorrow we go deeper," Marty announced, raising his glass to the team. "Whatever's down there, we're going to find it." The team cheered, their spirits high. The mystery of Oak Island had drawn them together, a shared obsession that had become more than just a treasure hunt. It was a quest for answers, for history, and for a legacy that would outlast them all. The sun was barely peeking over the horizon as the familiar crew of Oak Island gathered once more on the storied grounds. Season 11 was about to begin, and the air was thick with anticipation. The team, led by the ever-determined brothers Rick and Marty Lagina, had spent over a decade pursuing the island's elusive secrets. Every discovery, every piece of history unearthed, had only deepened the mystery, yet there was one thing that kept them going: the tantalizing hope that the next drill, the next dig, would finally reveal the treasure they sought. This season began with a particularly ambitious plan. Marty had been secretly working on a theory that the treasure chamber, long rumored to hold unimaginable riches, was hidden deep beneath the island, protected by layers of wood, earth, and ancient booby traps. He believed that previous expeditions had come tantalizingly close, but had always missed the mark by just a few feet. Now, with new technology and refined data, they were more confident than ever.